Jets, I hear them say it now.
Jets, white, green, just green and white. Tell me, have you ever seen a team take flight? Super Bowl dreams are still in sight. All we gotta do is win tonight. White, green, just green and white. Tell me, have you ever seen a team take flight? Super Bowl dreams are still in sight. All we gotta do is win.
What is going on, YouTube? We are back for another video. I'm your host, as always, Joe Skirdo, aka Turn Up the Jets. Before we get into this video, please subscribe to the channel. Much appreciated to all who already have subscribed to the channel. We got 3 more for that 150 mark. Like the video if you actually like it. You could also find me on other social media platforms, Twitter, Instagram, at Turn Up the Jets, all one word. Appreciate all of the support. One day later, after my drama-filled Twitter video, we got some more news. I guess the New York Jets are officially the 2023 team to be featured on Hard Knocks. This was expected. It's officially official. We all know the Jets did not care about doing it. Robert Saleh did not want to do that. He did not want the cameras on in training camp, but it's going to happen. July 19th, when they start training camp officially, when the rookies report, I believe, and then everybody reports on July 22nd. Correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. It's just a Google search away, but, you know, I'm too lazy to do that right now. But the cameras will be rolling on the New York Jets, and I don't know how to feel about this. I wasn't somebody who was, you know, really advocating like, oh, I really hope they're on Hard Knocks. You know, they do the One Jets Drive, you know, Jets Ascension. They do a really good job in terms of an organization to really document to the fans of what goes on in the building, what goes on in the front office, you know, and they have their own type of documentaries to show the fans, to engage the fans into the team. But now it's going to be really the whole world's going to see it. You know, only Jets fans really get not the access, but, you know, care enough to find out, to get the access, if that makes sense, on the Jets app, on the Jets website. So now HBO's airing this in the entire sports world. The NFL fans are going to experience what's going on in the 2023 Jets training camp. The Jets haven't done this since 2010. Of course, that was their second straight AFC championship appearance with Rex Ryan. It was a very entertaining film with Rex Ryan because he's just such a huge personality. They had other big personalities on that team. That was enjoyable to watch. That was also 13 years ago. And, you know, other than probably last year, I watched a little bit of the Lions Hard Knocks. The first few episodes, you know, Dan Campbell was very entertaining, and it was really cool how it transcended to be, you know, actually a good Lions team at the end of the day. So that was cool to see, you know, them from start to finish. But again, I'm not going to sit here and say I watched every episode. And prior to that, I think the last time I ever watched Hard Knocks was in 2010. I don't really care for it. I really don't. And I don't really give a shit that the Jets are on in 2023. Am I going to watch every episode? Yes, of course. I'm going to watch every single episode because the Jets are on there. And I hope it is entertaining. And I hope we do kind of get, you know, the inside info. But again, I don't know how I really feel about this. This is a young team, and it's a lot of spotlight for a young team. You know, that's what happens when you bring in a 4-time MVP, future Hall of Fame quarterback, Aaron Rodgers. You know, if Aaron Rodgers isn't the quarterback for the Jets, they're not on Hard Knocks. They probably, you know, pivot to the Saints because they had eligibility, and with Derek Carr, they'd probably be the next interesting team that people would want to see, because Derek Carr at that point probably would have been the biggest QB to move. But now it's Aaron Rodgers in New York with the Jets team that has a lot of young talent, offense, defense, rookie of the year. You know, you could just make up all the story headlines. Robert Saleh, of course, I think is a good coach for it, a player's coach. But, you know, he doesn't give a shit. You know, he didn't want this to happen. But, you know, at the end of the day, they don't really have a choice. You know, I don't think they could be technically forced, but it's basically the NFL saying, listen, like, your time is up. You haven't done it in 13 years. We want you to do it. We know we're going to get the most ratings with you. That's all they really care about on the HBO side. So, the Jets are in Hard Knocks. I don't know when this airs. I do know, obviously, the training camp is coming up in about almost a week. It's really creeping up. It's kind of crazy, but again, I don't really care. Am I gonna watch every episode? Yeah, like it's just more Jets focused football for me. But again, I think the Jets would have already did some type of training camp documentary as they did every other year. But now the whole world gets to see because everyone's nosy and they want to see what's going on with Aaron Rodgers. A lot of pressure for a young team, a lot of pressure for a team who hasn't made the playoffs since the last time they aired in Hard Knocks. So maybe if I'm, my superstitious self, which I am an extremely superstitious person, maybe there's a good sign. The last, 12-year drought going on to 13, you date all the way back to the last time they made the playoffs, they were on Hard Knocks. And they had a lot of expectations, and the cameras were on the Jets, and it's going to happen again this year. So that's really all I wanted to, just dive into my reaction. Again, I don't really care. But the New York Jets are officially official, the Hard Knocks team to be featured in the 2023 season on HBO. I'm sure there's going to give us more Jets to talk about, and reactions of the episodes. And I definitely will be making episode reaction videos. I think that would be pretty cool because I might as well get content out of them being on, Hard Knocks. But, when I have something else that I'm excited to talk about, actually, I will be making videos. Again, appreciate all the support. Please subscribe to the channel, like the video if you actually liked it. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at TurnUpTheJets, all one word. And we'll see you next time for the next video.
Jets, I hear them say it now.
Jets white green, just green and white. Tell me, have you ever seen a team take flight? Super Bowl dreams are still